story once spoken is ageless. The dungeon imagined without end. The curious are the ones most courageous. The tree that endures has to bend. From stillness the mad mage is stirring. From countless voices the castle takes shape. Zagig will test the enduring. Those unlucky will never escape. A story once spoken.
Trollord Games, join the fray.
Yeah, but I don't think if we have more, it's like 3. It's not. I mean, it's not.
It's it's an expense that like comes up once every 3 years.
And we're live.
Oh my gosh! Holy crow!
How's it going,
I
everybody?
remember that snowstorm you're talking about in the 90s that killed like 10,000 head of cattle. And I was actually camping on the Green River at the time and got snowed in on the Green River.
That's insane. How is
Never
everybody?
check the weather when I go camping. Never check the weather. I'm like, I'll fucking deal with it. And that time I was like, I wish I'd checked the weather.
So what's great about that story? So Davis gets stuck in some valley out west somewhere. Now the information that I had last from Davis was, I'm going to camp in the Four Corners. That's all he said. So well, he actually didn't. He changed his mind and went to Wyoming. Is that where were you?
I went all the way north of Dinosaur National Park.
Where is it? Montana? Where the hell is that?
Jesus.
I went the hell the other direction.
What state is that in?
Northern Utah.
Northern Utah. Okay, so that snowstorm hits, blankets the country, blizzards everywhere. No one's heard from Davis for like 4 or 5 days or 3 days, whatever the hell it was. And my mom called and said, "Hey, you need to get in your car and go find your brother." I was like, he's in the Four Corners somewhere. I don't know where he is.
That's a big area.
Yeah. And he wasn't even in the Four Corners. So.
Well, yeah. Good thing you didn't go look for him.
Yeah, I never told anyone where I was going camping. I never checked the weather. And
So-
I would just go.
Wait.
I have a philosophy.
I got an
Wait,
announcement.
I
I got an
have a
announcement.
philosophy, but wait, Chuck, I have a philosophy about that. Jeremy, you'll appreciate this. And Davis, it applies to Davis frequently. Sometimes idiots die, and it's just it's just the way it is. All right, Chuck, take it away.
So how's everybody doing this evening? It's great. We're here to hang out with you. They wanted to finish up. We've been talking about snowstorms, so I'm sure you all can relate.
We are getting a once every 3 year snowstorm here.
Snowmageddon, yeah, exactly. Armageddon or whatever.
Oh,
But,
one of the funniest snow stories I have, though, I was
well,
hiking.
hold that thought for just a second.
Chuck's got to get a thought out.
Just
Chuck
a second.
desperately got to get a thought out.
So, anyways, we've got a raffle going on. If you want to come over here to twitch.tv/TrollerGames, you can get in on the raffle. Just give us a follow, X Sport Raffle. We're giving away some prizes tonight. And we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff from updates to snow to everything else. Stephen Chenault, take it away.
All right, Davis, you were about to tell us a snow story.
Please.
This is funny because so I'm hiking up in the Alps, right? And a big old snowstorm comes in. And it's blinding. I mean, it's one of those blinding snowstorms, right? And I'm like, I can't see the trail, and I'm crossing over these rocky escarpments and then back into the wood line and stuff like. And I literally, at some point, I have no idea where I'm walking, right? And I walk right off the trail. And I fall, okay? And I go straight down into the snowbank. But
I think that snow was there.
Huh?
I think that snow was there.
There was, no shit. But I fall down and I've got like this tunnel of snow because my body just carries the weight of the snow down, right? And I'm stuck and I've got like 2 feet up, right? I can barely reach my hands up and then get above the snow line, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to dig my way out and trying to figure out how to get out. And I have no idea what I'm doing, right? How do you get out of a snowbank and you have an 80-pound backpack on? And I'm just sitting there and think, I'm going to sit here and freeze to death 1 foot from a trail in a snowbank. This is like the worst way to die that I can imagine. And so I'm just sitting there thinking this thing, and lo and behold, this guy walks by, right? This big, huge German. He must have been like 9.5 feet tall. He sees me. He sees my hands down and under. He reaches down there, just virtually picks me up and pulls me back on the trail. That was funny.
Well, Agile Monk has experienced that. He said he's fallen in snow drifts 12 feet deep. So, so there you go. I don't think I've ever fallen in a snowdrift.
How do you get out of a deep snowdrift like that? Really? I don't know.
Well, Willie's from Canada. He says you just wait till spring.
There's one way. Reach in, get my can of corn out, and eat my corn.
Right. Just hold on to it for a while. Matthew says that they might get 24 inches in Atlanta, and they're saying up to 9 inches in Little Rock, which is unheard of for us. So we will see how it all plays out. Let's see. Tyler saying my package never arrived yesterday. It changed from arriving today to experiencing problems since Tuesday. It left Georgia and was in transit next week. Yeah, and this snow is not going to help anything.
Oh yeah.
It's just. We have taken load after load after load up to the post office, usually about 120, in the truck at a time. They have big bins set out there for us, big cages to pile our books in and boxes in. And it's just, they're very helpful. But I think once they leave the post office, that we drop off to, God knows what happens. Let's see.
Jeremy's tree looks nice.
Yes, it does. Vertuk says, I once took the Long Island Expressway until a fireman pulled over and said that wasn't a good idea and let me in his car. Then after 50 minutes of moving 18 feet, I think I resumed my 6-mile walk. He took a nap on the Long Island Expressway. Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah. No, the snow can be weird.
I'm glad they're on your way, Grendel. We've got another load heading out in the morning, and that should be about it for the domestics, for the reforged. The last of the hermits should go out next Monday or Tuesday. We've about broken through this ring of insanity. Our label maker's working. For those of you following that horrible story of label makerness, the reforge is for overseas. So what we're going to have to do on everyone outside of the United States and Canada. Once the Beneath the Canopy Green arrives, which should be mid to late February, we'll bundle all of the last of the Kickstarter up with your books and send them all out. It's just too expensive for us to split ship overseas, but you'll have them in the next few weeks. We'll get all this rolling very, very quickly. We're wrapping up all kinds of things. The next kind of wave, since we finished Amazing Adventures and the Reforged Core books, and now we're wrapping up Monstrous Armory, Beneath the Canopy Green. I think the Crusader 28's done. It landed on my desk. I think we got something to fix in the legal, but so we're looking at all of this stuff being done.
Oh,
now second wave being done. And Davis has had a thought.
Yes. No. Crusader.
Yes.
I need to add some pages.
No.
Yes.
It's already laid out and done.
I just put in some extra, just add an extra page on.
Wait, I'll do it. You got it. Done and done.
Can you just like add 2 pages? Like it's just one strip, one thing.
We can, but it won't look anything like the beautiful, majestic Crusader that Mel has laid out. She's done a wonderful job laying this out. And if I just jam 2 pages in there, it'll look like ass. So, save it for Crusader 29.
I think maybe you should put an appendix in there.
Statler just said, save it for 29. There you
go. No, just put an appendix in there and call it Davis's ass.
Well,
ass slot.
I did cause Chuck a problem today because we sent out what Winter's Bite released yesterday, this new adventure I wrote, and it's 29 pages. And the last page, as it goes to the printer, is just blank. And Dakota was like, "Hey, can we put something on this page just because it just looks bad blanks? It's this book is full color." So I said, "Yeah, I'll put an ad together." So I came in to put an ad together, and then I got thinking, "No, this thing needs a nursery rhyme." So I spent an hour writing that nursery rhyme. And I had to send it to Chuck to update everybody's files that had just ordered it yesterday and this morning. We like to keep Chuck hopping. It keeps him young.
Yes.
That youth that you see in Chuck's demeanor there and in his visage, that's the Troll Lord's keeping him young.
So if you backed Reforge, I just sent an update out. Go check your emails. All right, we're done. I'm here.
Excellent.
No, do not. Shoo. Anyway, Agile, I saw your message. Right on, brother. I will get with you. We will meet tomorrow for sure. I promise.
Sparky, that stuff should all be out except the VTT. Chuck, Sparky has a question. When does all the digital stuff of the Hermit go out?
God. I meant to put that in the other. It's too late to update the Hermit one. No, well, it doesn't matter.
Send another one out.
Well, I will. I'll set one out after the stream. So next week, I'm going to send out the STL files and the Hermit canvas codes for the canvas print. That's because it's not really digital, but that falls under my purview. So that's going out next week. The Hermit maps are done. The tokens are halfway done. Drive-through RPG has been redone. The front of it is, so I can continue working on those digital files and get those finished. So next week, we should have out the maps, the tokens, the STL files, the canvas prints. And I feel like I'm missing something, but that might be all off the top of my head. I cannot remember at this point in time. There is a lot of shit going through my brain.
There's a lot of stuff going on around here, which is good. We like
it's
it
good.
way.
It's really, we'd be bored. Can you imagine getting on here? Hey, well, we're not doing anything.
Grindle, if you can post that on if you can send me a Facebook message to Stephen Chenault, if you're on Facebook, I'll grab it and give it to Chuck and he can throw it up there. Oh man, I got a lot of people asking me questions on Facebook. We'll get that up there.
So did you get any of the questions in here while I was out doing that?
Commander Peak wants to know, are we going to do an update to the update of our updating that we will update again? We sent out 5 updates.
He's going to be trouble at Gary. He's going to be at Gary Con. He's going to be trouble.
Agile Monk, thank you for the gifted tears.
Thank you, Agile. It was awesome.
Very cool.
So did you get, I was looking serious. Yeah, I was. I'm going back reading chat now. So did you get this question by Dabbling Warlock about the Adventurers Backpack?
I did not. I missed that.
If we buy the Adventurers Backpack now, will we get the Reforged update when it comes out?
No. It's going to be it's going to be mostly a different book.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to be the same in there is the 13 classes 1 to 13th level, which is 14, 15 pages of it. And the rest of the Adventurers Backpack will be new content. So it's one of the few books you may actually see us put a second edition tag on it as opposed to a second printing, because it's going to be a whole different book.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff. Now, I don't want to dissuade you from getting the Adventurers Backpack. I don't. But like the polearm stuff has been merged with the weapons book that Davis just finished.
Adventurers Armory.
The Adventurers Armory, and the rune spells went into the Adventurers Spell Book, and something else that went into something went into War Mounts. So some of that and that's one of the reasons we're redoing the Adventurers Backpack is a lot of that content found a more comfortable domicile in other books. So we're gonna, and I got some really good ideas I want to pump into the adventures backpack. More backpacks.
Did you see MJ Cook's question about the Winter's Bite layout?
I did not.
Okay, the layout for the Winter's Bite PDF is great. Is that going to be adopted for books moving forward?
Yes. Some of them will be a little different, but that will be like the C series, the Canopy Green. You'll see that layout. That will be our layout moving forward. Dakota worked hard to master printing full color books in our shop and with full bleed, and he got that done. So we pulled the trigger, and the Winter's Bite is the first official full color adventure printed in our shop, and it will not be the last.
Yeah, the Kent didn't let me see the PDF before it went to print, though.
Yeah, I did. Sent it to you twice. I said if you want any final changes, you better.
Next question is from Chris, also known as GDTRFB 1995. What's up, Chris?
I had a whole list of changes.
You should have said that.
Says, were the PDFs to be sent for World Builder and Reforge? I have not received those, but I got my hardbacks for Reforge. Well, I just sent an email out about the Reforge stuff. You may have, I don't know when you completed your thing, but if you don't get them tomorrow, I'm sending a second wave of Reforge stuff out, and you're not on that list, then just email me at product support. And I'll have to dig in. I'll find your links. We sent all that out to everybody, but I don't know when you filled your survey out. If you filled your survey out prior to me sending them out, then they probably got lost in spam. I don't know. People say they check their spam. I have no idea. Luckily, I get a receipt for everybody that we send them out to, so I can easily just go in, dig out the receipt, and forward you the links that way. So it works out pretty good. So just hit me up on that. Now for World Builder, we have no PDFs to release yet, other than the originals that we had for that contest or giveaway we did at the very beginning. You remember, Steve, for the originals.
Yep.
If you're asking about that and you didn't get them, then you can also email me about that as well. And that'll be no problem. And here's the email right here, Chris. I know you guys know it, but we'll do it in there anyway. All right. I'm gonna look through here and see if there's any more questions.
I say that, Brenda, like I have any idea how to use. There it is. Okay. All right. Oh, this is badass. Davis, you're going to love this.
What?
So Grendel here in the chat has created some props for his CNC game. He sent them to me on Twitter. I'm going to get them over to Chuck, and Chuck can post them. So these are badass. This is stuff that if you remember, you used to do those. You do. So Davis, when he ran games for me way back in the day, he would take a pan, water, put tea in it. Put the mat that you drew in the tea to brown the mat. Remember that?
Yeah. I went through a lot of work. I really wanted the ambiance and everything.
Yeah, it was really cool. I remember that stuff. I think I still have one of those mats that you do. Chuck, take a couple of your favorite pictures and put them up in the stream if you can. I put them in your Skype. Mm-hmm. Those are from Grendel's. Those things are badass.
Does anyone know while I'm interrupting you? Okay, so amulets.
He's out of control today.
Okay. You wear these amulets on your neck, but there are spells. They're written typically they can be written on paper. The ones surviving are written on silver paper, and then they're bound up tightly, and they're putting these little amulets that you wear around your neck. What is that called? The amulet, the holding spell type thing, ward. What is that amulet called? Is it a phylactery?
That may be. Where did Jeremy go? He's like the walking dictionary. That may be phylactery.
What was your question? I'll answer it. What was your question?
Okay, the amulets that you wear around your neck, right? Okay, so spells would be written on silver, right?
Okay.
Like silver paper. These little protection spells or wards and stuff. Then they're bound up really tightly into these little scrolls. Then they're put inside of an amulet or a little holding device, and that's what you wear around your neck, and that offers you protection, right? But you need the spell and blah, 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 blah.
So, according to the Unabridged Dictionary, either of the The phylactery is either two small square leather boxes with leather straps attached that contain parchment slips inscribed in Hebrew with the 4 scriptural passages, Deuteronomy, blah, 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 blah. A case of chest enclosing something is worn as a charm or preservative against danger or disease. So probably a phylactery.
Okay, it's a phylactery. Okay, Dirty Dwarf said it's a phylactery. Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure I had that right.
Dirty Dwarf has spoken. It is a phylactery.
From this moment forward, it's a phylactery no matter what. What a cool word, too, phylactery. Yeah. It's a really cool word.
All right, so let's see. Next question is, does Jeremy know Christmas is over by Sparky? I'll skip on past.
We're going to go up there and knock that tree over pretty soon.
Hey, is anyone going to check on Jeremy? Is he okay?
Just got up, ran away.
He's fine. Let's see.
Jeremy!
Question.
He's got earphones again.
I have almost every book, magazine, etc. from TLG, but ironically, I don't have a Castles and Crusades Adventurous spell book. How good is it and how helpful? Steve, you can answer that one.
So I think it's very good. It's very helpful, but you have to understand that we put all the spells in there, which included a lot of spells that Jim Ward had written, the late great Jim Ward had written, and those were written with a very what is the term, Monty Hall approach to gaming.
Out there, you know.
Yeah, they're very powerful, and some 5th edition spells were put in there via the Amazing Adventures kind of railroad, and those too are very powerful. I think Flash Flood is like a 3rd level cleric spell, and you can move. I don't know, it's a lot of water. It's just a lot of water. Yeah, it's a lot. So it's a good book, and it's got all the rune spells in it, which is like 210 of them or something like that. It's a good book, but as a CK or a player, make certain before you give a spell out, you scan it real quick and say, okay, this spell, I need to adjust it for my game, or I don't, or whatever you want to do.
As with most spells, you know, there's some smart people out there who will take a spell and run it to its like most ridiculous, absurd point, and it's like, well, you know, whatever.
There's people that are built that way. Mark Sandy's really good at taking it and kind of pushing the limits of what, you know, the description is. So
I'm just the opposite when I'm a player. I pull them back. Even as a player, I pull them back because I don't want it. Having been on the other side of that screen, I'm like, I don't want to do that to, you know.
Yeah, no, you're really good at pulling back. Chris Harris is really good at pulling back. But some players don't. They take it and push it, which is fine. I mean, either way.
Yeah.
Agile Monk, James Ward, if you know his approach to gaming, which is just, it's not bad. It's just a different approach than some people who are a little bit more, you know, whatever, non-Monty Hall. What's the opposite of Monty Hall? Now, is it Monty Hall? Is that the type of?
Monty Hall is where you give out lots of treasure.
Oh, Jeremy's back. Good.
What's the opposite of that?
The word's on the tip of my tongue. What is it?
Phylactery. Stingy.
There's another word for stingy, and I can't remember the name for it. It's a really, really good word. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's a lovely word.
Yes, agile. Ebenezer, the Scrooge gaming. Ebenezer are agile. Jim Ward, I had the pleasure of working with him for many years. He was, I think, the kindest person in the industry. He was super fun to work with, super easy to work with, and crazy helpful.
Yes, I would say that Jim Ward is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Oh my God, he was so nice, and he was just, I don't know. He wanted to create games and content, and if you said, hey, Jim, let's do like the elemental spells. Jim, I want to do an elemental spell book. I'm on it. And he just made all these good spells.
Penurous. Penurous is the word I'm thinking of. Penurous.
Let's adopt penurous style gaming. I've never heard that word in my life. I think that we should flood Twitter with it so that people start using it.
Yes, penurous. I'm a penurous CK.
Time to get out that book of synonyms.
Let's see. Question this is from Devian 2. Is Lodash's Library one of the PDF items that hasn't been sent out yet? I got my print copy, but the PDF wasn't included in the batch that was sent out in December.
What I missed that. Say that again. Give me the abridged version.
The book of
Lodash,
spells. Where is it?
Lodash's Library.
Have you not sent that out, Chuck?
No, I don't have it.
Oh, well then. So
I'm
Chuck
assuming
doesn't have it.
Yeah, I don't have it yet.
Yeah, Chuck doesn't have it, which means I didn't give it to him. I thought I did. I'll get it to him this evening, and he can sit down. He's sitting on a whole batch of stuff.
Tomorrow, yeah.
With the Hermit, right? VTT or something. I can't remember what you said.
No, tomorrow's going to be tomorrow's catching up on PDFs that people can't find because of the Apple phones and the spam and all that junk. Plus,
so we will get. Thanks for mentioning that. I thought that was already through the pipeline. I will get that to Chuck tomorrow.
No, I probably should have asked you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's 98 million titles floating around at the moment. So, thank goodness we have people out there reminding of this stuff, which is very good.
Yes, most certainly. Let me see here. I've got another question for me, but I need to answer that after I get this done. So I think we're all caught up.
I'm going to put, as we speak, I'm going to take this PDF and put it in the TLG share. So, Chuck, you have it when you need it.
Thank you, sir.
All right. It's up there next to Winter's Bite.
Hey, Jeremy, I'm more covered than you.
Huh?
I'm more covered than you now.
My granddaughter was in here earlier, and we was on a call with Jeremy, and she said, "Is he dead?" And I said, "No, he's sleeping."
Damn it!
You can't make that stuff
Dude,
up.
that's great. I got the eyes. Jeremy got the mouth.
David, Ashley, is that you? Is that Ashley McKinney has joined? She says, "I'm sorry to remember, but wow, Stephen and Davis, y'all have aged a bit."
What is going on? I have to go look now. I can't see what's happening.
Ashley used to rep for us at Gen Con. If this is the Ashley, she repped for us at Gen Con for 2 or 3 years, I think. That was a lot of fun. That was very cool. That's so funny. Yes, I did not have silver hair. When was that, Ashley? That was like 07, 08? Yeah, like 06 or 07, something like that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. You can look back at the pictures. Yeah, we've aged quite a bit.
For the longest time, if you typed Castles and Crusades into like an image search, Ashley showed up first holding the player's handbook in her chainmail bikini. Yes.
I remember. I know who Ashley is. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I was 21.
I'm 40. Well, Ashley, I'm 156 now.
Yeah, we about feel it. Yep, it's catching up with us all. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
That's all right. I've decided to de-age myself.
It's a good idea.
I'm going to start taking these herbal things.
That's a great idea.
I'm going to boil pine cones and drink the sap.
You should concoct your own potions and sell them as de-agers, and people will buy them.
Yeah, hey, I did take a walk out in the woods, and I found these blueberries. Okay, so it's the middle of winter. These blueberries are just like, I have no idea what these blueberries are. So I'm thinking, I almost ate them right then and there, just to see what would happen. I thought, the winter fruit's probably not good for you. But I am going to take them back, and I'm going to boil them. Make a tincture and see what happens. So if you don't hear from me, or you hear from a hospital, it didn't work out well.
It'll be like 3 or 4 days before because I go for several days without hearing from you anyways. So.
Yeah.
Where's Davis?
All right, so I have Grendel's picks ready. I'm going to show them up here right now for y'all to look at.
Oh yes. So these are props from Grendel's game. Well, that is very cool that you stopped by, Ashley. That is very, very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. 21 to 40. Oh my God, we've been doing this too long. I need to find another job.
Well, I think when we started, Jeremy was 4 years old. Is that right, Jeremy?
I was born in 95, so yeah.
Oh God, go away. Just go away.
Jeremy was still in diapers when we were starting our business.
Well, now 4 years old is pretty late for diapers. Let's give me a little credit.
Oh, yeah, wow, okay.
Well, Davis just got into diapers a couple of years ago, so
that stings.
So there's the stuff there, Steve. I got it up on the screen.
Oh, did you get it up? That is some cool stuff, Davis. That's like those badass maps you used to make.
Yeah, no, that is really, really cool. Yeah, I wish I had the time and effort and energy to do that again.
Yeah, I used to make. I remember I would make like take maps or whatever, and I would get like marker and stuff and mark it on there, and then smear it, make it look like blood, give them like blood covered scrolls and stuff.
Yeah.
I have no time for that now. Of course, they're lucky to get a damn game, but you know.
Yeah, that stuff is really cool. And I used to write. I would write up just like make up languages or whatever, and just write this script and hand out those things. And you can't interpret it. Ha ha ha.
My favorite thing you ever made.
And I bet that makes for really fun gameplay.
Tyler,
Yeah, it's good for me.
Grendel's he's on YouTube right here. He's asking, oh, that's the amber tablet. So Tyler's asking you, Grendel, about what you used to discolor it. Was it tea? What type of tea did you use? I never thought about using tea to discolor it. Now, I would take a cigarette out of my mouth and smear it and make ash and stuff, you know.
Davis burned it with a lighter or matches, and he used
yes, good.
Yeah.
Mom's tea, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was just Mom's tea.
I never thought about
so
tea.
It would have been. So the question earlier, what type of tea? It would have been Lipton.
Yeah,
I've never thought about tea. That's brilliant. I didn't do that.
You've never heard of tea dye?
No, I never thought about it. It makes
Really?
perfect sense. No, I
like
could
a-
do all
yeah,
kinds of other
that's-
bullshit, like spill Coke on it and whatever else, you know.
Oh, that'd be way worse. No,
Yeah.
feels sticky.
I didn't care. I wasn't going to keep it. It's for the players, you know. Let them worry about why it's sticky.
that's
Why
a
are
lot
there
of
these? Why
that's
are there
a
all
lot of
these
that
ants
stuff.
on this table?
It was just we used it and it got tossed. You know, we didn't keep it. It was wrong.
Yeah, it's funny how much stuff we threw away over the years because we never thought about it. We're just like, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
props
just-
are cool though, you know.
Yeah.
And like I saw where someone asked Agile about how he does it. Agile probably does that. You just make a digital copy and give it to them online, you know. It's made out of resin. I sculpted it and cast it and had it laser engraved. Wow, dude.
Holy-
They need to buy you
Yeah.
some candy bars or some shit. That's
Wow.
overboard.
That
That's
is-
great.
Yeah.
all in.
Sticky map sounds like a Baldur's Gate 3. Dude, Knight, I can't believe you went there, Knight, man. I know exactly what you're referring to. I'm not going to say.
I still want to do a scratch and sniff module. I just want to do it. It's just for
You've
fun.
probably
God.
forgotten, but in the beginning, you wanted to do box sets for our adventures where they
Yeah.
came with all of these props. You know,
Yeah.
the T-Pain maps. And all
Peter,
that
I swear to
stuff,
God.
which was kind of cool. I think Frog God did one. I think they did a Seafarer's Adventure that you got the chest, or I can't remember. Frog God did some stuff. Now Goodman did scratch and sniff. He did a scratch and sniff module.
Did
Oh,
he
I didn't
really?
know that.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he did a scratch and sniff, and he did one that had this cool dial in it. You would dial. I don't know what the dial did.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Goodman's crazy with that stuff. He's right there with you and me, Davis, with the 70s weird shit that we, you know,
See, King's
70s
Malice
were
is a-
weird.
He's a bit
It's a great
weirder
one,
with
Varsity.
his
Good
taste.
Burned breadsticks covered in tomato sauce and pepper.
Necronomicon book.
Here's the difference between you and Joe. Joe has extreme reverence for the stuff in those old books. You don't care. You could wipe your ass with them. That's the difference.
Davis and I do not rever it much. I rever it a little bit.
If it did not appear in the Silmarillion, it doesn't exist. That can be shot in the head. That's the litmus test.
That's a fair.
I'm going to take all these hobgoblins out in the field and I'm going to execute them one at a time because they're not true fantasy because Tolkien didn't conceive of putting them in the Silmarillion. What's a Titan? Get this crap out of here.
Davis is actually worse than I am without revering stuff. Just not.
Yeah, I don't know. All of it to me is just like mishmash under the stove. You know, it's just whatever it is. You know, cook it up, make it what you want out of it, do whatever.
I will say, Davis, that your post. So Jeremy, I don't know if you saw it, but he posted one of his comic books today or something. His Conan, and I took his comic books years ago, and I put them in Mylar bags and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And I gave them back to him. What, Davis, a year ago? Something
Yeah, it was a
like
year
that.
ago.
Conan #1, right?
He does. I think he's got the whole run except for like 4 issues or something like that.
I'm missing like, and I thought I had filled that out, but I'd have to go through it again. But I think I'm missing like number 13.
Yeah, it's just
A few others. Yeah.
Is that
I
is
have-
that Savage Sword or is that Conan the Barbarian?
Conan and Savage Sword.
Okay, I like Savage Sword a lot.
Let me butt in for just 1 second. Keith, the Gamer Geek, asked a question to me. Yes, I'm going to probably have some more online games going on in February. I got to get through Page, get this nonsense behind us, and that Reforged and that Hermit nonsense behind us, and then yeah, absolutely. So we'll make some posts on social media. You'll see about it. We're probably going to run that stuff. I'll probably run that stuff through Discord because it's easier for me to get everybody to basically together and put them in rooms and all that stuff. But yes, for sure. Thanks a lot,
I do
Dirk.
want to take a minute. I want to take a minute and plug. Jeremy has been working crazy hard on Patreon. We're shooting for 2 releases a week. I think is that what we're angling for, Jeremy? And
one on Tuesday and one on Friday, I think.
yeah, and so tomorrow, if you want tomorrow's release, I don't know what he's got in store, but definitely head over to Patreon and sign up for that.
I've got a wealth of options to pick from.
Yep, we're gonna make
And
sure
if
he's
it's
loaded
like
down with stuff.
art, what we're working on, stuff like that. New monsters, whatever.
I'm even working on some exclusive wallpapers just for Patreon.
You know what I might post is some of that village art.
That village art is beautiful.
Because I haven't done any posts about that series. So
Yeah, that village art's turning out really, really good.
I'm so glad with it.
Greg, you should have seen his room before he got that bookshelf up. Jeremy actually has a live pic we discovered earlier of what it used to look like.
Davis, I have a picture of your room saved on my computer, and I don't know why.
my granddaughter was like, "Why all the books?" I was like, "He likes to read."
I was actually looking for a Savage Sword of Conan, and to give you an example of why Kent took all my comic books from me, because I have an old one over there that Kent never got a hold of it. It's all ripped and torn. There's no cover to it and everything.
Man.
So this is generally what would happen to my comic books.
No.
Show it again. Show it again. Let's get a good view of it.
I get not having reverence for something.
No, hold on just a second. This is the opposite. This is exactly the extremes of Davis and Steven. Steven will put his books in a fucking safe. Meanwhile, Davis is out here in a bush.
So,
anyway, sorry, Jeremy.
Davis, I'm going to appeal to the archaeologist. I get not having reverence for something. I really do. But surely there's something to be said for preservation. Because they're not printing this stuff anymore. It doesn't exist anymore.
That's true.
All right, Davis. Okay.
What?
Stop. Everyone stop.
Okay.
Kadora wins the internet today. Chuck, remind me, I want a t-shirt made for Davis's when he goes to convention that says Crom and Davis cares not.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. It's true.
Davis is just
Kadora's got it nail on the head there for sure.
I agree, Jeremy. I mean,
I think that's funny.
And I gave him those comics so reluctantly. The funny thing is, that bookshelf you see to his right, our left, whatever.
The one he made, yeah.
Yeah, the one he made is literally all he did was took a chainsaw and he cut up limbs. It took him like 10 minutes to make the bookshelf.
There's probably sap dripping from it. Who knows?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I didn't think. He's literally considering it now. He's like, huh.
Put the cheap books at the ends.
Yeah, right.
Cheap books at the end.
Yeah, I don't think everyone appreciates that corner. You see a violin on the top of that stack of books. There's about 15 stacks of books.
That violin right there.
I have a photo of his stack of books.
Yeah, it's a huge number of books.
When Jeremy first showed me that picture earlier, I looked and I was like, God, that looks like Davis's trash heap. Then it was.
True, really, you're right.
Oh my God, here we go. It's going to be a Stradivarius or some shit, Probably.
No, this was made by our great-grandfather. No, great-great-grandfather.
Yeah, our grandfather's father. So whoever that is.
The violin used to belong to Arthur Conan Doyle.
I'm sure there's that is an elephant you see. He's got a whole lot of relics around his house from his adventures in China.
It's like all I can picture is the warehouse at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, Tommy gun.
There's all these, except if they were all in a big heap, right?
Yeah,
like the Ark of the Covenant's just like buried with like Superman #1 and.
Well, in archaeology, like 90% of it is like garbage.
It's trash heaps, yeah.
Yeah, it's just trash heaps. And that's really pretty much, after a while, you're just like, well, fuck it.
So wouldn't it be so great wouldn't it be so great for us if those ancient people preserved their stuff carefully?
Yeah. But just think how much, I thought about that. If I was doing archaeology, I mean, it's a great concern. And there's a lot to be said for preservation. Then there's this point at which you're like, okay, so for example, what's considered archaeologically significant or like archaeologically preservable or whatever.
There's a year cutoff.
It's 50 years.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 60.
So you're an artifact.
Yeah, I'm an artifact. Okay. Now imagine So you have all this stuff that was made, like, say, 1950. Think of everything on the planet that was made prior to 1950, and we want to preserve it.
I don't think we want to preserve everything, but a Conan #1,
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's ask the chat here, and maybe Jeremy, maybe maybe Dave said, how many Conan #1s do they suspect are out there?
I wouldn't know how many printed. I would imagine they would
72.
start small for a print run.
72. No, we'll go with Chuck's. 72.
It can't be a lot. No, but I get the whole. Yeah, no, I do. I understand the preservation thing, and yeah, that can't preserve it for me.
Famously, Stan Lee didn't have a lot of trust in he didn't see what the appeal was, so I don't know that they would have printed real deep on the first one.
Yeah, he's right.
Well, comics. I know comic runs were big then in those days.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
So, a couple things. I got another
maybe
question.
10,000.
And I have a request from one of the viewers over on Instagram. Dick Mustang says, "Happy New Year's. Hey, can you give guys a quick shout out to my favorite castle keeper, Darren Herhold, on his birthday? Happy birthday, Darren! Trolza!
Get out of here.
Woo! Yeah! All right.
Davis,
There you go, buddy.
Yeah, what?
wish Darren a happy birthday.
Darren, happy birthday.
That's
I
right.
don't know you, Darren. I'm not going to wish you.
Darren,
a
I hope you have the happiest birthday ever. I hope that this is one of 1,000 birthdays ahead of you. I hope that you live so long that you regret being alive.
I hope you, Darren,
What?
Darren, I hope you live so long you get to see every star twinkle out and you experience the heat death of the universe.
This turned dark really fast. I don't know what's happening.
Ask for a happy birthday from the troll dens at your own peril.
Yeah, it's your own
Hey, wait,
peril.
You wish my friend a
stars.
happy birthday? Fuck you.
Speaking of stars, okay, are there any astronomers out there, or you could ask Wilson if Wilson's handy? When you look up at the night sky, right, do you see satellites? Can you see satellites?
You can, yeah.
Are they mixed in with the stars? I mean,
Yeah, you can see
I
them.
mean, what? Okay, when you say a satellite, do you mean a man-made satellite?
yes,
or
yes,
a
yes.
celestial satellite,
Or an
You can see both.
alien-made
Or
satellite.
Or an alien-made
No,
So-
man-made satellites.
You can see some of them.
There's a really big one called the Moon. I see it a lot. That's a
Yeah.
satellite,
I
right?
mean, yeah, you can see some satellites.
Okay.
There's certain ones that'll make low passes at certain times of the year that you can see pretty clearly because they have that elliptical orbit.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
So just think of this: when you look up at the night sky, I was out the other night looking up, and I was like, well, there's a plane, another plane, blah blah blah. I wonder how many satellites I'm looking at. So there was a year cutoff, and it must have been 30, 40 years ago, when it was the last time you could look up at the night sky and not see a man-made object in it.
Yeah, I mean,
That time is past. It's
Time's
gone.
gone.
Forever.
That's
It's
like-
fast with Starlink up there because Starlink's got what, one every 42 feet or some crazy.
Yeah.
it's not that many, but it's a lot. Well, it's like
It's a lot.
not to make it really grim, but
Really,
Somebody
Jeremy?
well, somebody said to me on September 11th, "This is the only time in your life there will be no planes above your head." I was like, "Wow, that's really weird."
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
That was a weird day watching
was
that.
a-
I mean,
yeah.
everything went down. Yeah,
yeah. Do you remember Zane was on a plane?
it was. They emergency landed in Kansas City.
Yeah.
yeah. I was on a plane like 2 weeks, like a week or two ahead of that. It was like the end of August, and I got to see the cockpit, and I went in the cockpit while they were flying. And I'm probably one of the last people
Yep.
alive to ever experience that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They don't allow anyone to do that anymore.
No, there's a big sealed door.
It's all
So,
like that.
Davis,
Except,
Davis.
Jeremy, now except I take a lot of local flights and a lot of offline airlines, like cheap airlines and stuff like that. I got on one here in America. It was just 12 of us, and there's literally nothing between me and the cockpit. I can see that.
That's really surprising. That's
Yes.
shocking.
So
Not only that, I'm not going to go over it anyway.
good. So we got another question
Enough
here.
9/11 talk.
So a
Yeah.
couple comments and a question from Agile Monk. How is the stock of Amazing Adventures complete bundle since the release? I think it's been selling pretty good.
We're all
hasn't
out.
We actually were looking at Dakota and I were down at the warehouse today that we have blasted through probably half of that print run already. It has
Wow.
sold crazy well. So yeah, very, very, very happy about that. Very happy about it.
That's awesome. And he follows it up with, this Saturday I'm meeting with a new gaming store that came to our town, Sarasota Springs and Fable Mountain. About 112K population, our first local store, and meeting with the owners to get them set up a CNC and running a high school CNC program in their gaming room. How awesome is that?
Great. That is awesome.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
I went from a town with 3 gaming stores, and now I don't have any.
That's tough. That is tough.
There's one shop that sells Magic cards, but I hate Magic, so it doesn't do me any good.
We don't have any here, and our comic book store's closed too. We don't have any left.
Yeah, we don't have any gaming shops in town here anymore. We've got some.
I didn't realize how spoiled it was.
There's one in Little Rock.
We had 3 or 4 gaming shops.
Oh wait, no, the
And-
Game Goblins. Go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry.
We had it was either 3 or 4. I think it might have been 4 dedicated gaming shops, 2 used bookstores, and like 2 comic shops. I didn't realize how good I had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
It was awesome.
Hey,
Yeah, we
Davis.
don't have any good bookstores left, and there is one gaming store. Game Goblins is here in Little Rock.
Bake Sauce said he heard the moon was delivered by aliens. Just letting you know that.
There you go.
That's from Bake.
Oh, the moon is a Dyson sphere. There's a white dwarf in the core of
Oh
it.
God.
It's built by aliens.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I mean, the gravity would crush us, but yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah. Oh, what's that movie about the planet that is called?
Saving Private Ryan.
No. There's this planet. So
does have a
it's
planet in
world
it.
thing, and there's this planet that's moving closer to Earth, and everyone's knowing it, and they can't do anything about it.
It's got Kirsten Dunst in it. It's the
Kirsten
moon.
Dunst is in it. Yeah. That's what I couldn't think of. What is that movie? That's a
Oh,
really good.
The Lars von Trier movie?
No, it's all dialogue. There's
The
no.
one where the world ends and they die on the beach.
Blood Wild remembered. It's called Flactory. Don't Look Up. Varsuk, I think you're right. I think it is Don't Look Up. Is that it?
The what?
No. Don't Look Up is a different. That's a good movie.
No, Don't Look Up is a different one, but that one's
Melancholia.
hilarious.
Yeah, you guys are thinking of the Lars von
Melancholia.
Trier
Yeah,
movie.
Melancholia. Yeah.
Ernest
Which is-
Saves Christmas. That's the one I want to watch.
Melancholia is one of the most depressing movies ever. Like, you
I
don't
never
just sit down and be like, I'm going to watch Melancholia.
It's a great movie. It's
I could watch a movie. I'm going to go sit down and watch Schindler's List. Like, no, it's not you don't do that. I could really go for some entertainment. I'm going to watch Passion of the Christ. No, like,
I do. I like historical themed films though.
oh, those movies are brutal.
They
Those
are
are
brutal. That's what's
processed.
great about them because they're real.
No.
We're
I don't have
watching.
the fortitude for
We're
that.
watching Wizards tonight.
Oh
I've got 3
God.
bottles.
Did you get them talked into that shit? That'll last
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes tops.
We're
They're gonna
doing
fall.
It'll be you and Wilson watching that shit by 10 o'clock or something.
The thing that I want to watch most because I'm curious how Pete will respond because he loves anime.
That's what I'm
It's not
talking
anime,
about.
It's weird as shit. But I'm curious to see how they will respond to the Nazis show. You know, the
When the
flags,
who?
The Nazis with the they don't show with the flags.
That's a
and all.
shock. When Hitler shows up in a children's animated film, that's pretty shocking.
The 70s were a wonderful time. Wizards is awful.
It's
Absolute
great.
worst. Wizards
It's
is
really
awful.
great listening to Ralph Bakshi describe the film when he's like selling people on it. He's like, "It's my first family picture." It's like, I really wanted to do a family picture that all the family could come see. It's like, yeah.
They killed Fritz, yes.
Steamboat.
Hey, how many people ordered this shit back in the day?
I ordered those little bitty.
I did. I
Yeah,
ordered
you
little
ordered some
sea
Romans.
monkeys and all
Yeah.
that bullshit in there. You know.
Yeah.
Dude, the Dragon magazine, we lived for the ads in the Dragon mag. It was like our connection to the gaming world, you know?
Yeah.
What is
remember
space
the
opera?
X-ray eyes,
Traveler.
X-ray glasses.
There was
Ooh,
one-
sea monkeys.
I told you, I ordered plenty of those. They always
We got
died.
the brine shrimp, the sea monkey.
The guy who came up with the sea monkeys thing, he was nuts. I'm not going to talk about him here, but he is
I
that
heard
was a
it.
crazy dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was Bakshi?
I don't know anything about
No,
it.
the sea monkeys guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like he had some interesting opinions. And he
Oh,
did some
wow,
interesting
man.
things.
Really came up with a naked family of sea
I
monkeys.
couldn't
I'm sure.
believe it.
Yes, Manfred, the Flat Army Man. I remember those.
Oh
Yeah, the
they're
pet rock guy.
on one
Remember
side.
the pet rock guy? Remember him? All those pet
Hey.
rocks.
Oh, shit.
I think you've got
Pet
one
rock,
somewhere, don't
Pet
you?
yes.
rock.
Shut.
He still has a pet rock.
I know. I've seen it. I know. As soon as I said that, I regretted my words. I was like, he's gonna pull that shit out.
Remember to
There's-
feed it.
There's a girl here locally. When I go to my my pain management doctor down in Kingsport, there's a woman who drops them off. They have big piles of them. You can pick them up. Some lady paints pet rocks now, and they're the wildest. They're so good looking. I've been dying to get her to make me one. I troll one.
But what a great idea someone had. So for those of you who might be younger, this is a
Just
pet
keep
rock.
showing it off.
I got this probably in 1975 or some crazy shit. I don't know. I paid a nickel for it. I remember it. It was at the Howard store. Is that what it was called, Davis? Howard's?
Yeah, Howard's.
Did
Yeah.
it come in the little carrier?
Your dispensary.
A little plastic thing and a gumball thing. It was
Yeah.
like a gumball thing, and then tumbled out. And someone made a lot of money off of gluing those eyeballs to that rock.
I guess.
Okay, here's a question. Here's a question for you then. Did you name the rock, and do you remember its name?
If I did, I don't remember the name.
It would have been Tarzan. Jeremy, he was really like,
You probably did call him Tarzan. Now he'd be
Tarzan.
Alien, I guess. So.
Be like an
Statler
Umar or
says,
something.
remember Book of the Month Club ads? Oh my God, I forgot all about
Oh,
those
yeah.
things. The Book of the Month.
The science
you can-
fiction book club, actually, Jeremy would love the science fiction book.
I have a lot of those books.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were
That's what it
beautifully
feels like.
made.
Yeah.
Cheap,
Yes.
and I love the science fiction.
They got they got outpaced by the Nelson Doubleday Book Club, which is an inferior product, but they had a wider distribution net, so I killed it. But
Right.
yeah.
I never knew why it died, but I would join that science fiction book club
Yeah.
constantly.
Oh, you'd be all over right now.
Yeah.
All over. I would be too, though.
I got a lot of the
Really
Nelson
good.
Doubleday stuff too, and I've got like a Scaife Lee Brackett collection from them. That's really awesome.
That's the way to do it.
Agile Monk says, the recycle video with Grace and the Made in America video with Steven, just awesome. You know, I need to get those. I'll grab those. I need to.
Thank you for that, Agile Monk. We have 3 more coming. We're going to discuss. Chuck's going to do one. I haven't told him yet, but this is what I was going to tell you this morning. Chuck,
Surprise!
when you told me you were busy, Chuck's.
Oh,
gonna
is that
do
what
one.
it was? That's what it was.
Yes.
You're like, I'll leave him alone for
And-
now.
Other Worlds, and then we got one on the veteran discount, and Grace is working on the school thing. Yes, but thank you for that. Yes, made in America, absolutely. All the way in inside.
Okay, so it's getting close to time to call it because I gotta get something to eat. I started back fasting this week, and I tell you what, I'm ready to eat this dog behind me here over here. So
Bet you are.
let's do the giveaways and get prepared for
Wait, you
tomorrow's
started what?
wall of snow. What's that? I started back my fasting again. Now that I've recovered from all
I
my
see.
sickness, I can continue
Yeah.
to get healthy, so I can get sick again. That's kind of the reputation. I don't
Well,
know.
you got to have goals, man. You got to have.
You gotta have goals.
Just like when you're fasting, this is it.
Go
Make
ahead.
a soup
Please tell it.
with
Go ahead.
garlic,
And onions.
just freaking garlic and onions,
Yeah.
and then throw an orange or apple into the soup and just eat it. And you got everything you freaking need.
There you go, guys.
Everything.
Bro, your breath has got to be brutal.
Oh, and on top of that, if you really want to make it,
He's nodding his
Hey,
head.
dude,
He's like, you have no
you-
idea.
You need to be on the farm when Davis gets a cold because he'll eat cloves of garlic like an apple.
Will to live.
And
Does he
that's
peel
what-
them at least?
No, he
Does
just
cracking me
eats
up.
them. He just eats the damn thing.
Like with the papery everything on
yeah,
it?
don't you,
Yeah.
David? Yeah, he just eats all of it.
yeah, I'll take like a whole clove, and now I'm taking it and just put it in a blender and blend it and drink
That is-
it.
All right.
Do you have sinuses? Can you smell? Like,
No.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to switch over and get these giveaways going. If you haven't opted in the giveaway, now's the time. Come over to twitch.tv/troll
After a day or
games.
so, Davis is
Give us a follow. Exploit Sport raffle.
healing is.
I will say this, that I had
you
someone
put
tell me
Vaseline
what,
in your soup?
do what?
Do you just put a tub of Vaseline in your soup? Oh, yeah, this will clear me up.
I will say this. One person told me one time,
Vicks?
your feet smell like garlic. And I was like, what?
Boy, that's a surprise.
I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of Vicks Vapor Rub, 15 cloves of garlic.
Davis is.
One
you need, to do you need to do a medicinal book, Davis.
Well, the medicinal book is simple. I'll make a recipe. You take ginger, you take garlic, you take onion, you blend it up, throw in a tomato, and drink it. And you throw in an egg. You're good. You're good to go forever.
You got to keep the shell in, though, because that's got calcium.
That's
I do
you can actually,
remember-
if you blend it up fine enough, you can.
Of course.
I
Of
do
course.
remember
Yeah, he's like, yeah,
you-
that's right.
I do remember you either losing a tooth or breaking a tooth, and you took the no, you had an abscess tooth, and you took the hot chili pepper, the hot pepper.
Yes, you take a hot pepper.
and you smeared it on there. I remember.
Yeah.
You
Yes, it works.
What did that accomplish?
There's
it hurts so bad that you forget about your tooth hurting.
there's an astringent in peppers. Okay, so it will pull some of this stuff out, and there's also something else in it that like numbs the pain, and it could just be it's so fucking hot. I don't know. The other thing is if you have really bad sinuses, you take a hot chili, the hot peppers, right, and you peel them open, and you take the seeds and you stick up your nose.
I cannot fathom how bad that would feel.
Dude, it clears you up so quick.
Yeah, because your body's like, oh my God, what is this poison? I'm dying. Everything.
Statler says your feet smell like must be a line in a vampire movie. All right, let's shut it down.
These are my fellow workers that I work with every day. Everybody, you can see why I drink heavily on and off the clock. All right, so we're going to stop these giveaways. All right, here we go. I was letting y'all get all your stuff out. All right, closing the entries up. Boom. All right, we're going to pull our usual for right now. Oh, Turbo.
Turbo got in.
I don't think he got in. Hop in, Turbo, and I'll close it again. That's the kind of guy I am.
Turbo shows up at the last minute. Boom, in, out.
He tried, but it stopped right. It was weird how that happens sometimes. People will like log in real fast. I'll give him another second, then I got to close it out here. We'll be here all night.
Yes, invite friends. Get everyone in on it.
All right, here we go. All right, let's do this. David Chenault is not a medical doctor. No, he's not. He is not. Okay. He is not.
He's a witch doctor.
Witch doctor. Yeah, he's a witch doctor.
Yeah.
All right, first winner. This is for a $15 code off the store. If you've never been in one of our streams before, there'll be a link that pops up to our Discord. Just go to our Discord and hit up Obsidian Risk, and he'll get you the code. You can DM him. You can ask for him in chat, whichever. Lots of friendly folks over there. So come on by. First winner is going to be Winter. All right, Winter. Good job. Congrats. Congrats. I saw your stuff was going out for E4s. I saw you mention that in Discord. That's awesome, dude. Next winner for $15 will be DM Chris, 1972. Congrats, Chris. And for the $25 winner, it will be, let's see here. Boom, Keith the Gamer Geek. Awesome. Congrats. Good job, everybody.
Congratulations. Awesome. And once again, happy birthday, Devin. Jeremy and Chuck, you don't need to chime in.
Is that his name? Is that his name?
Devin or Damien?
He's never forgot the damn name. He don't even know what he's talking about.
Call him Big Dog. Happy birthday, Big Dog.
Big Dog. I almost set us up a raid. We're going right into our friend Phantom, New Jersey. You guys know Phantom. He's a good guy. He was just in here talking. We're going to roll into him as soon as I get this raid set up here. And we'll get out of here and let you guys go.
I had a friend named Devin
for a little bit.
Thanks, Commander. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for everyone showing up.
Yeah, thank you, guys. And guys,
check out Winter's Bite.
Yeah, one last thing I wanted to tell you about. Also, we will be at Page next week, so our streams will be a little light. I don't think we'll have.
Is that next week or the week after?
It's next week. We talked about this earlier today. It's next week.
I thought it was the 21st or something.
No, 16th.
Ooh.
Yeah, so next week.
Yeah. What? That doesn't sound right.
It does. Anyway, Rob will be there running some CNC. Lorga Summer's going to be there doing some CNC. So yeah.
Yeah, Lord.
There you go, Jay. There's your shout out. Let me give Rob one real quick. Bless his heart, even though he's
16th to the 19th. He's great.
All right.
It haunts my dreams, Jeremy. All these cons do. All right, there we go. Did I get the raid going? If I got the raid going, all right.
I still can't believe you're driving to GaryCon. It's gonna be a long drive for you.
It'll be all right. It's fine. Weird. I don't see the raid going off. The raid going off?
Wait, who's driving to GaryCon?
Weird.
Me and Chuck.
Oh.
Not together.
How far is it for you, Jeremy?
It's going to be really long now. It was 5 hours, but now I'm 3 hours north, so it'll probably be an 8-hour drive.
That's very strange.
Because I got to go south all the way the length of Michigan. Then I got to go through Chicago and then back up to the Lake Geneva area.
Isn't there a ferry that crosses that lake somewhere?
There is, but it's dependent on how clear of ice the lake is.
Oh,
so you can't book it far out.
Oh, we're going to go right now. So
Winter
it's
season.
the raid is working. We're getting ready to get kicked. So hey guys, see y'all later.
Take it easy, everyone.
Woo.
Yeah, yeah.
Bye.
Y'all be good. We'll see.